Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another midday meditation with Gretchen Schutte. I'm Lorraine Moffa, Programming Coordinator with Loudoun County Public Library. It's our pleasure to bring you these programs. Gretchen has been teaching yoga and meditation for 10 years at least, and we're grateful to have her here with us today to learn a new skill and get a little peace and calm in our day. Welcome back, Gretchen.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. I appreciate you being here to host us. I appreciate everyone that is gathering to pause, to invite yourself some space to breathe, especially in the way of, I was hearing some conversation as I was navigating the last thing I was part of, and someone had made mention of that they couldn't believe that it was the middle of January. And I thought to myself, well, isn't that so, right? Here we are. And so it's interesting to me, and it leads into what we're going to do today. I promise. There's a point at the end of there's a period at the end of the sentence and a point here. This time of year, if you're watching this real time, we're close to January. Different people tend to make resolutions, right? And don't get me wrong, I think having goals is very beneficial. I'm a goal-oriented person. I like checking the box. I like accomplishing things. It's very human nature kind of thing, right? But resolutions can be challenging, and because they're challenging for any number of reasons, I was doing some research recently, and over this past weekend, about 23% of the people that made a resolution by January 13th or so right around now, those resolutions kind of go out the window. And they estimate that about 9% of people keep their resolution through the year. Now, we could go to a whole rabbit hole of why, right? But one of the reasons I believe, they're related, two reasons I believe this is the case is that one, you are putting a goal onto a future version of yourself. You're saying that, in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever that might be, that you'll be doing this thing. And frankly, the future version of you doesn't exist yet. We're right here. And with that future person that doesn't exist, that you believe can do this thing, like, I don't know, eat more kale or whatever, you're splitting energy between you here and now. Maybe even some energy thinking about the things you could have done, right? As well as splitting energy into this person out in the distance in the future. And so when we split our energy in that way, it's hard to accomplish things. And so with all of that known, or perhaps this awareness, I offer a solution. And the solution is one you can take or leave. And the solution is a beautiful Sanskrit word, sankalpa. And so a sankalpa, which could be seen as an affirmation or an intention, right, is even better than a resolution, in my personal opinion, because the sankalpa, one, it's not something that comes from our mind or from necessarily what we think we should do, but a sankalpa comes from your heart space. Your heart's most desire is a beautiful essence of the word sankalpa. And so when we use our sankalpa, our heart's most desire, the sankalpa is stated in the present tense in a positive way. And when we do that, our brain processes the positive statement like, I live in abundance, or I move through life with ease and peace. I make healthy and nourishing choices for my body. The positive information gets processed. It's stated in the present tense. So we carry the sankalpa intention, if you like, we carry that with us through every day. And we integrate that sankalpa, this heart's most desire, into our life. And it becomes part of who we are. And so with all that being said, our meditation, which we'll move into here in a bit, is one to tap in, to begin the conversation, and maybe even come up with a sankalpa, but know that the conversation is even more valuable than an initial answer. To prepare ourselves for this, as we often do, some breath and movement to embody, all right, to connect, to tune in, to arrive. And so here as we're gathering, welcome, welcome. A delight to see everyone here. Finding a place, whether you're maybe sitting on the floor with a cushion or a block, maybe sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch. But instead of inviting the body to sink back and be held, for right now, I do invite you to find a nice upright spine, head stacked above heart, heart stacked above hips. See if the shoulders can get a little heavier. Elbows may be heavy. Hands can land palm down, or palms can open to the ceiling. Invite the gaze to be soft in the distance, or invite your gaze inward. Take the next few breaths to allow all the information I've shared just to settle down around you. It's here for reference. It's here for later. As we allow the things to settle down around us in this moment, these thoughts and ideas, creating space for yourself here and now. And as you breathe here and now, imagine putting space in between where you were and where you are right now. Space between where you are right now and where you might eventually be. Every round of your breath, creating space. And as you breathe in, feel the expansive nature of your inhale. As you breathe out, feel the ease of your exhale. Along with this sensation, the ebb and flow, as you breathe here, listen to the welcoming whisper of your breath. Notice the temperature of your inhale, and the temperature of your exhale. Attuned to and inhabiting our senses, the breath, our breath as the guide for the practice of embodiment. A path to being present. Hear your breath as the guide, welcoming some gentle, stress relieving movement to continue to settle into the body and awaken your senses. With your next inhale, invite your shoulders up around your ears. With your exhale, shoulders heavy back and down. About a few more rounds of your shoulder rolls. Unraveling. Undoing the doings of the morning and or the day. Inviting another round of your shoulder rolls. As you find them back and down, nice and heavy. Here with heavy, heavy shoulders, and inhale to lift your gaze up to the sky. And exhale your chin towards your chest. And inhale, face to sky. And exhale, chin to chest. And here saying yes, yes to this time for yourself. Yes to this practice, the self-care of the pause. After you found your chin towards your chest, take your time to bring your head back up level. Your shoulders nice and heavy. Invite a breath in. And pivot your gaze over to the right side of the room. Your inhale to bring your nose back in line with sternum, back to neutral. And exhale, pivot your gaze the other way. Finding this gentle mobility as you inhale, center. One more time each side. Exhale, take your gaze or gazeless gaze to the right. Releasing tension from the neck, coming to center. And exhale over to the left. And with your inhale, bringing yourself back to center. Shoulders still nice and heavy. Here, tip your right ear over, a little lean, as your right ear listens to your right shoulder. And here, your left hand may get heavy by your side. Left shoulder is heavy as you breathe down the left side of your neck. Every exhale, a release. And take another breath into this side. Empty that out. If your hand had drifted, we'll bring the hand back on top of the leg. We'll invite our head back up to neutral. And then tip your head the other side. As you come to the other side, just taking this as far as it feels beneficial to you. You notice the rounding of the spine coming back to a upright spine. Right hand might drift heavy. As you breathe into the right side of your neck. And anything else that's connected, it's all connected. The sensation here is every exhale invites a softening, a release. And taking your time to bring your hand back to your lap. If you had shifted it, we'll bring our head back up to center. Nice. Take a breath or two here to check in. Notice the sensation. Maybe even a little more space. And with hands resting upon your legs, your next inhale, we're going to lift the gaze and also lift the heart space. Create a little back bend as you open the front body. And with your exhale, stretch your back body towards the back of whatever you're sitting in. And as you stretch out your shoulder blades and the back of your spine, we'll take that 2 more times. As you inhale, open the front body, peel the shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. As you move through this, bringing mind's eye to your heart space, your sternum, and imagine this movement shifting around your heart space. And you find one more round of the opening of the front body, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. We'll come back to neutral, And here in neutral, shoulders heavy. You can rearrange your legs at any time if that feels beneficial to change things up. There we go. That softer inward gaze as you breathe in and breathe out. As you invited movement to release tension from the body, to create space with our breath and our movement, to settle in and feel present and awake to the energy and breath that moves through your body. And here I invite you to place your mind's eye, and if you'd like, maybe even your hand, to rest upon your sternum, to connect with your heart space. Indeed, here our physical heart. Mhm. As you feel the ebb and flow of your breath, imagine a green orb of light hovering with your heart. And this nurturing green light expands with every breath in. And that energy and light travels through your body as you breathe out. And with your awareness here in your heart space, I invite you now to imagine with your next breath in, you capture the inhale and follow it in to sit in your heart space. In your mind's eye, see yourself here, sitting in a quiet, nurturing space, bathed in nurturing green light. And here, wrapped in the energy of loving kindness, compassion, and gratitude. As you sit with your heart space, steeped in this nurturing green light, you ask your heart space a question. What would you like to see happen in our life? My dear heart, what is your greatest desire? As you linger here, sitting with your heart space, I invite you to listen openly and honor the voice of your heart. What would you like to see happen in our life? What is your greatest desire? Allowing these questions to echo in your mind as you listen openly and honor the voice of your heart. To listen for your heart's greatest desire. as you listen, perhaps a color or a sound, an image or a phrase. Maybe it's a sensation that bubbles up. Know that as you listen, as you hold space for your heart, and here offering yourself the same gratitude, compassion, and loving kindness you would offer out into the world, the space for yourself to listen openly, to begin this conversation. Know that this conversation is one that has no end. Inviting your gaze inward, listening openly to your heart, infinitely more valuable than an immediate answer. If you had your hand placed upon your heart space, gently releasing, feeling the warmth and energy that you carry with you. Whispering thank you to your heart space for sitting with you. Breathe in and follow your exhale. Imagine the exhale carrying you back out into your space. Invite a handful of breaths here to notice whatever there is to notice. If you'd like, inviting your palms to come together. Anjali Mudra, the hand gesture of reverence and gratitude, as your thumbs rest against your sternum. And shoulders heavy as the sternum lifts, a little bow of your chin to your chest, honoring your brilliant, beautiful heart space. Thanking yourself for making time to pause, breathe, explore this practice, to begin the conversation, allowing for space and time to have the answers bubble up now or in time. And here being in this place together, connected to our heart spaces, and in that connected to each other. I thank you for sharing your time, your beautiful energy and practice with me. Until our paths cross again, my friend, be well and thank you.